Fat man versus fit woman, middle ground video.
Obese women.
Damn, they're already starting off with our heavy hitters. No pun intended. No pun intended. But yeah, this is more likely gonna be the last video of the night because it's a long video.
Or thick girls or any type of girl is gonna do fine.
A fat man that has bank is gonna do way better than a thick woman with no bank.
His money makes it
that
attractive.
is called sugar daddy.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. A gym is a masculine space.
Oh my God.
Do any of you feel uncomfortable going to the gym, or how are you kind of adapted to it now? Is it kind of more common?
Yeah, that's a good one. I definitely for the first 6 months of me working out, and keep in mind, like, I've only been working out for 2.5 years, so this really wasn't like that long ago. I would only work out in my basement. I was really missing out on some gains because I was too scared to go to the gym, just because I wanted to weight lift, and I felt like I would look just like I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Just because I was a small woman as well. Like, once you're a bigger woman, it's obviously easier because people can at least tell you've been doing this for a while. I signed up for the gym, tried to go into the weightlifting section, and ended up literally crying, calling my brother and being like, can you come work out next to me, like, so that I don't feel out of place. And now it's at a point where I still feel the need to, like, keep a strong face, like, kind of assert myself, and almost like act like I know what I'm doing. Even though I do know what I'm doing, I feel the need to, like, act like it so that, like, I feel like I belong.
Do you feel like you're being judged, or are people, like, dudes staring at you? Do you have any of that kind of issue at the gym?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What I would say is, obviously, there's definitely some men who would make me feel judged just with stares and whatnot, but I would say what makes women feel more judged is men going out of their way to sort of, like, insert themselves, like, unprompted and be like, hey, yo, like, let me show you how to do that. And it's like, did I say I didn't know how to do that? And that's, like, sort of where it's like, okay, well.
See, I can't tell if she talking about the guys that are literally just trying to, like, assert their dominance. Because I'll tell you, when I went to the gym, if I seen somebody doing a workout wrong, or what I perceived to be wrong, I would be inclined to acknowledge it to them, or at least try to help, because improper form can lead to injuries. But if it's on the scale of, like, okay, they just trying to, like, you know, be that type of guy, then I get it, but I don't know, bro. Let me not gaslight.
I feel judged because I feel like you're just assuming I don't know how to do what I've been doing for, like, 2.5 years.
I do feel like, obviously, the gym culture, it started with men. That's how this all kind of started with, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day and getting that going, and then women came into it as well. But I do still feel like it is a male-dominated industry, and women do get judged in the gym, I think, and so that's why I agreed with the prompt.
All right, can we have the disagreeer step forward?
You guys are a little young, so therefore you're starting with Arnold. I'm going to start with Jane Fonda. Okay, let's go back there. Every generation has their pros and cons to fitness. Male-dominated versus female. Okay, so in our generation now, I think it's way more acceptable.
Yes,
and
of course. Agree with
I'm going to say it's not even just acceptable, it's just a given that women are in the gym now.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, and as far as being judged, when I used to train people, I used to tell them, first of all, nobody's judging you. They're all concerned about themselves. Every single person walking that gym. I don't care what you look like, you look like, you look like. I'm concerned about what I look like, so therefore every single person in the gym is thinking the same thing, right? So nobody's judging anybody. We're all sort of, you know, when it comes into this here, our own playing space. You know, nobody, I don't think there's any judgment there.
Well, I do see women posting on TikTok saying, "Oh, these dudes are trying to, hit on me or jump in on a set," and then they post on TikTok that they're being judged.
Hold on, they should have got Joey Swole. I'm not gonna cap. Joey Swole should have been on this panel. That would have been a perfect person to be on this panel. I wonder if they tried to invite him and he said no. Or Jesse Swole, Joey Swole. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro.
They're being looked at, and they're starting to create this culture that they are being like gawked at by dudes, and like maybe the guy just wants to work in it for.
Guess what?
Not trying to hit on you.
Guess what? If you want to create the butt that you're already growing, who do you want to look at it?
Right. I get it. And
Thank you. Let's not be too. It's kind of like if the girl's going to build the butt, why is she building the butt in the first place?
Don't go to
for the
gym.
guys to look at it.
Well, don't go to the gym and make
but
TikTok videos about guys looking at you. And
that's the girl's fault.
Well, hold on.
1,000%.
There's a totally different culture in the gym now with influencers and social media. There's a
said
lot
it.
of people that are in the gym that are not there really serious about crafting
said
their
it.
physique
True.
and getting healthy. They're there to shoot content.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a whole different element. The people that are there to work and train, they're not paying attention to any of that. I could care less how often a guy looks at me. You better look. What you think I'm in here for?
Exactly.
Right, of course. That lets me know I'm doing what I'm doing. And I feel very
Thank
confident
you.
in the gym. Like, that is my domain. I love playing with the big boys. And so I never feel out of place. I never feel like, oh, like I shouldn't be here or oh, I'm being judged. No, they're looking at me like, wow, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Yep.
And there's a certain level of respect also that you get when you carry.
Ooh, boy. Hold on, boy. That thing heavy. That thing heavy.
yourself a certain way in the gym. So those girls that you're speaking about, I can guarantee you they're not serious health and fitness trainers or people in the industry like we are. They're there for their own purpose and reason, and it's not. It's not health and fitness 9 times out of 10. It's to get likes and views on the content they post.
And like you guys said about judging, because it's not really necessarily judging, it's more like the gym is about aesthetics. So we're looking to see how does this person look in the sense that not judging them, like, man, just check it out.
Well, hold on, too.
Yeah, and thank you for that. I
yeah.
agree with that because I can't train at home. I have to train at the gym because I'm looking at everybody. They're giving me inspiration
Motivation, right.
to train. I'll look at somebody's arms, I'll look at somebody's chest, I'll look at their butt, I'll look at this, and I find that person and go, okay, I want it to look like that, I want it to look that. When I was training and competing, one of my trainers said, find the body part on a person that looks phenomenal to you and find out how they're doing it.
Inspired to have that.
I just want to say real quick, and not in like.
Real quick chat, that was me with Chris Herrera. If y'all know who Chris Herrera is, I forgot what his name is, Calla something. I seen him and I was just like, yo, that's exactly the build I need. And I worked to achieve that. Now I can do muscle ups and I can do all this extra stuff and I still got the build. W Chris, shout out to Chris.
Like a straight argumentative way to what you said, but I did just feel the need to touch on the whole women are growing their glutes for men thing, because that just kind of sat the wrong way with me personally. Of course, I mean, if anyone's looking at my ass and they're looking at it because they think it's nice, like that's a compliment to me. I don't really mind it. But I would say, I definitely wouldn't just generalize women and say that they're definitely growing their ass for men's approval. I think.
No.
How about anybody's approval?
not.
Can
Like,
we go
doing
there?
it for me.
'cause
Would you
women are
agree with
so
anybody's
hard-
approval?
I would agree with anybody's approval
Okay, I'll
and
go there
their
with
own
you.
approval for sure.
So y'all just
Let's
hate
start
men.
with you first, definitely.
I don't like
I would
men.
say like the main issue with men respecting women in the gym that I think about a lot is I find men maybe don't respect women as much in the gym as other men, because men perhaps feel like they're there for serious reasons and they feel like the women are there for them.
I'm glad you said that.
And I just really want to like not make that a thing.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a lot of men that are not in there seriously either. Okay, can we keep it real?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of men that just come there just to gawk, just to look. They are not in there, and I know because they'll sit on the machine, on their phone for like 5 minutes, looking around while I'm waiting to do my set. I'm like, okay, like how long are you gonna be here, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not in there for the right reason. So you have a whole different element that's up in there.
Can you agree on those are certain types of gyms?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
24 hours. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, you go to a Gold's
Yeah.
Gym or
Yeah.
a Powerhouse.
It's a small
a
element
serious
of that.
gym,
True.
the guys don't care, and
Yeah.
they're gonna actually have some really good camaraderie with the
Yeah.
But you're right. If you go to Planet Fitness,
Yeah, or some of the other.
Well, I
they're
want to ask
just
a
like
question
there
about
just to hang
Sure.
out.
guys looking at the girls in the gym.
Yeah.
What do you think it has to do with what you're wearing sometimes?
Well, yeah.
The cleavage showing and the
Are you
tight.
saying
I
it's too
mean,
much?
Well,
Some stuff can be a bit too revealing.
if you're gonna
Agreed.
wear that type
so
of
let me
stuff
just
to
be
the
honest
gym,
with you. If a woman is
you're gonna
wearing
get-
that to the gym, guys, just real talk, she wants you to look at her.
Okay,
Because
so
we're
then-
not wearing that
then
kind of stuff
expect that.
to the gym. Yeah.
don't go and make a TikTok
they
video saying,
expect
"Oh, that guy's looking at me." Well,
Of course.
why?
Agreed.
Those
Agreed.
type of
Can I-
women.
Titties are hanging out.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Y'all, she just exposed y'all. I'm not gonna cap. I didn't say it. She did. She literally just exposed the whole regimen. Hey, that's not me. That was her. But damn, she's spitting facts. She's spitting facts. I'm not gonna cap.
Big facts.
Agree with
That's,
Agree.
those women are not us.
Yeah.
though.
No, I'm
You
not
know,
saying
we're
you
totally.
I'm only
serious
that sometimes.
about it. I'm not wearing that to the gym. Just shut it down, like, right? Like,
We are casting parents and their kids ages 7 to 11 in fashion.
Fat people are unattractive.
You agree with that? Fat people unattractive.
Boy, I got a homeboy.
I
Homeboy
think
would have
that
sprinted to the chair.
one can be attracted to a person that is fat because everyone has their own types and what makes them tick. But I think that question on a conventional basis, would I want to see a fat person on a fitness magazine and say this is a sex symbol? I think most people would agree that that's probably conventionally that's not sexy. So and I think that's the hard truth.
Personal preference, but in my preference is like a fat person I don't find that person attractive. It's just they just seem unhealthy. They're not taking care of themselves. Maybe they are. Maybe they have a thyroid disease or something that's causing them to be fat. But just in general, I think the general public don't find fat people attractive.
And I kind of touch on that as well because health, right? Health can be
Related to
your your visceral fat, your fat on your organs, subcutaneous fat, all different types of fat. So there are people that find that person attractive, and they may look at them more than their physical. But we're in the fitness.
Yeah.
If we're in fitness, we're not saying, "Hey, I want to go get someone who's not like or doesn't care about fitness at all." Whether it be a health problem, that's beyond the fact because I'm not talking to you based on, okay, I want to understand you mentally right now before I look at you visually, and that's what gets my attraction.
Yeah.
And if you, real quick, I just want to say this. If you want to do this comparison, fat women, tons of body positivity.
Yeah.
I see fat women going on dates, no problem, except, and I'll even go this far, I think fat women are seen as way more attractive sometimes than fit women. And they're pushed and they go on dates, they can do fun dating apps. Fat men, good luck. Like, honestly, I think like, if you're a fat man, there's no chance of you being seen attractive at all. So that's all I wanted to
Would
add.
you guys agree that attractiveness is health?
I
Having
correlate it to that, yeah.
For example, like it could be anything, your skin, your teeth, your hair. And if you have a lot of fat on you, it's just not healthy.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that are fat that have passed away. And not to say that having muscle makes you live any longer. It just depends on how much you care about your health. Because usually when you see that, the representation is that your health is not important. It's just, I just want to do whatever I want to do. I just want to get up and just do and not take care of my health for the long term. Not necessarily right now. I mean, and now if it wasn't a situation like that, Ozempic wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
So here we are now, we have this Ozempic crisis.
Yeah.
So
That's incorrect. Ozempic was made for I think it was diabetics. Was it diabetes? Yeah, Ozempic was made for a whole different purpose. It's us as a society that repurposed it for aesthetics. But I believe it had a whole different medical purpose before we started like flipping them on the streets and shit. If I'm not wrong, I believe that was the whole case of Ozempic.
clearly you're saying that being fat is not attractive and it's not good for you. So
Yeah,
we're giving you this drug,
Appreciate you, Native.
which also then takes you to this point of, I don't actually have to do anything to get this sexy,
That's true.
to get smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go that route. And so then again, they looked at that as oh yeah, this is what I wanted to do.
I'm going to say, I'll start off, and that is, I have met some very beautiful overweight people. And what makes them beautiful is the confidence that they carry. If they're overweight and they have no confidence, I'm sorry, I don't find them attractive either.
Okay.
But if they're confident and they hold that head high and they're just like, I'm the shit, and they dress that way and they walk that way, they carry themselves that way, they can be overweight and beautiful. But the minute that confidence drops, they drop their head, they walk frumpy, they dress frumpy, and they just don't care, now it's a whole nother ballgame.
I'm gonna start using that word.
And part of the thing you just said was I met, which already starts off as like subjectivity. And then confidence, anyone can be confident through their accomplishments, stuff they do in their daily life. But we're talking about physical appearance. You've never spoken to them a word. Would you maybe date them or would you want to marry them just off of their appearance?
Nope.
We're not talking about their personality per se. We're talking about just literal health. I think you're deviating from the original question was, is this obese person physically attractive?
Yeah.
Not internal. We're not saying as a human person.
Right.
We're talking about their physical body.
I disagree. Because if they carry themselves confidently, and for a female, she has her hair done, her makeup done, she's beautiful, and she can be overweight. Are you going to disagree with that?
But this is pure attraction.
Yeah.
Like,
Attraction.
about
Okay,
dating
yeah,
them.
she's
Would
attraction.
you date that
She's
person?
attractive.
But would you date them?
Well, the question wasn't, would you date
Well,
them?
but
Right, that's not
define
thank
attraction.
you, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not the
Implied,
question.
though. That's kind of implied.
Is it
Why? I
implied?
don't imply it.
Would I
Yeah.
sleep with them? No.
Let me say this.
So then you just answered your question.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said it's different.
So you.
It's different from dating
What
and
do you do
sleeping
when-
with and
You guys, I need to
finding a
step
person
in.
attractive.
because I'm actually in the middle of both. But me personally, I wouldn't want to be with someone overweight. I need someone that's on my level with me, that's able to work out with me. That's like.
I think so. You agree with this? I think no one's saying attractiveness is not hardworking or confident.
Yeah, well, I said I was in the
Like-
middle of it. I wasn't.
Oh,
I wasn't disagreeing or.
I
agreeing.
was also in the middle,
Yeah.
and I almost stepped forward,
Yeah.
but I just didn't like you just said obese earlier, and that's that's what I wanted to hear because I think the issue is that fat, especially. Actually, I wouldn't even say especially for women. For men and women, fat these days is like having a little bit of fat on you. Like any voluptuous woman, there's people who are saying that they're fat. And so if someone's obese, okay, you're gonna look at that person, you're gonna think that person is not taking care of themselves, they're not healthy, that does not, shout attractive in any means.
Typically, if someone's overweight, there are deeper issues going on there. There's so much deeper there. So to sit there and just judge them off appearance and just,
No
oh,
one's
you're not attractive. No, but to say, you've been very clear about stating, oh, I wouldn't date someone that looks like this and automatically assume it's poor health when there could be depression, there could be
I
so
said
many
thyroid,
other
it could be
things
something-
going on
yeah.
behind the scenes that are causing them to be overweight
Yeah.
and causing them to look that way. So to just look at the outer exterior and say, oh no, that's not for me, because I deal with people all the time and women that want to change because they've had things go on where they don't know how or they're feeling some type of way, and then they gravitate towards food because that is a comfort thing for them. And so before they know it, this ballooned and it's out of control. However, being
That's still a
overweight is just
personal
not
problem.
something where you say, oh, they're just choosing to have poor health, they're just choosing to not care, and they're just lazy. That's just not. That's an unfair assumption, I think, about a person.
That's still a choice. Like, I'm gonna be one to say that, I've been through times where I was depressed and whatever. I understand when people what do they call it, cope to eat or eat to cope or whatever. I get that. I love eating as much as the next guy. But the one thing I had to admit to myself was it's not healthy. Why do y'all think y'all don't always see me eat cookies after my meal? I make sure it's probably like a once a month thing. I'll get me a pack of cookies and I'll eat that for my dessert. But I don't have dessert every night, every week. That's a privilege. That's a choice. It's a choice. I think that's where people get things messed up, right? It's always a choice. The freedom you have towards your autonomy and anatomy is God-given and flawless. To obstruct that by giving it any type of by giving mental health any type of dominion over it you automatically lost all autonomy. You might as well just say that you're ruled by your mental, which you're not.
Yeah, people stress eat, but me, I don't eat when I stress.
That's what I'm saying. I get stress eating, bro, because I'm a stress eater too sometimes. But I still know when to hold myself back from doing it, though. I started turning it into a reward system of if I do good, I can go to Publix, get me a box of cookies, and eat my cookies.
But yeah, it's all a choice.
It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't like when people try to like downplay humans.
That's what we have to see.
Okay.
When you look first impression.
Just from appearance.
I got this. Ready? What happens?
Let's see if you got it.
When, okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
You go into GameStop. The employee is not a woman, it's a man. He's overweight, he's got physical breast, his stomach is hanging out. Are you going to give the same grading scale as you would do with a fat woman, or would you also apply that with that kind of man?
What type
as
of
well?
grading
I
scale?
know, right?
Because you said
What does that mean?
when I explained my grading scale,
Yeah.
you said okay, you don't know if there's an underlying condition,
Absolutely.
confident, hardworking, but when you look at that man in GameStop, he's overweight. Are you going to say, okay, he's either unattractive or he's not, or are you going to say, well, let me get to know him, let me do this? No one's saying someone can be can't be nice or can't be hardworking. We're talking about purely
Can I ask a
attractive, purely attractive.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Let's paint the picture. He's overweight. How overweight is he?
He's 300 pounds and he's 5'5".
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
Why is that
The reason
ridiculous
why
though?
is
Why is
because
that
if you were to-
ridiculous?
because-
What if he has confidence?
Because
Yeah, he has confidence. He works really hard. He
the
takes care of his
question was
mother.
fat. That's obese. Sorry, that's
Oh,
obese.
okay.
That's what
Now
I
All
was
right?
talking
now
about.
we,
300 pounds,
doing
5'5" is
True,
obese.
true, true.
That's not just fat.
True.
Fat
Now we doing that.
shouldn't be so generalized with based on a certain percentage of body fat, because you're right. You have obese, then you have fat, and then you have skinny, thin, or whatever. Because people have different
Morbidly obese.
arenas they go through. So if I looked at all of you guys, I wouldn't consider you fat, but some people at your size would probably think I'm fat,
Yeah.
and you're not. So
When you
we
say
have to-
fat, do you mean overweight? 'Cause
I know,
I'm
really.
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
thrown off by the
Me too.
word.
Yeah,
that's
Fat's
what
an
that
insult.
is.
correct.
Fat is an insult. If you speak to someone in that way, and the way you guys were talking when you first walked up and you all agreed, you all were using the word fat when you
that's
spoke
what
about
I
the way.
was asked.
I understand that, but
And
still
actually, I
at the same
used
time, no one
obese
switched it
to
around to
clarify.
say so that now you're breaking it down, saying okay, fat is this and over shredded. Now you want to take it to a different space, but when you were first speaking about it, you didn't share the difference between being shredded and being considered fat, as opposed to the way someone being obese. You were speaking about it as if it was all the same, when in fact, being overweight, being fat, being all those, they're all different, and they're different perspectives. Everyone has a different perspective about it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that someone has poor health because they are
No, we
overweight.
didn't say that.
Oh, well, if you're obese, I think you're probably not.
Well, obese that's
Yeah.
different.
I'm curious to know like what you all feel
kind
about
of mental
what you've been
gymnastics?
saying about the whole women can be fat but men can't be fat thing, because
Yeah.
if we're just talking like thick, I think that women can be thick and it definitely can complement them. I think men can absolutely be thick and they look big, they look strong. Like women love the whole dad bod thing, but then once we get into obese, why the heck would people accept an obese woman more than an obese man? I feel like both of them are equally like not accepted.
Well, I think, and that's probably a different conversation, but like,
Am I tripping?
any woman is gonna do way better than any, whether she's, let's use the term obese. An obese woman can go to a grocery store and meet someone. That's just a fact. If you're being a guy is already hard enough, but if you're obese, that's not accepted. And you said also dad bod. What you're not factoring in is usually if he has a dad bod, he might have some money, or it might be like have a skill set that's like, but that's another conversation. But that's my point, is that there's a bunch of other things. But obese women or thick girls or any type of girl is gonna do fine, regardless.
I agree. I kind of
in
agree
terms of just.
He low key right.
You
I'm
don't
not going
think,
with you.
okay,
He right,
wait,
low key.
a thick
He right.
man, a fat man that has bank
Yeah,
is
yeah,
going to do way better than a thick woman with no
doubt it.
bank.
His money
Because
makes it
that
attractive.
is called sugar
And if
daddy.
You don't know yet.
And
Yeah.
you're
You'll
implying
find
that
out
he's
like
gonna
that.
pay for it.
You're going to find out like that because of the way he dresses, the way he walks, what he drives.
Some guys hide it though.
Oh, not very well, because they want to flaunt it. because they don't have anything else to
That's a good
offer
point. Okay.
except their money.
That's a good
But I think
point.
we're throwing in different variables.
Yeah.
The question was, do you find fat people attractive? And we were like, no, we don't.
Yeah, ours was pretty simple. We were trying to add some nuance so that it didn't sound that we were bad guys. But honestly, just going back to the question,
That's the one thing about being a guy, man. We very straightforward, but we still gotta walk on eggshells when it comes to shit like this, bro. If you peep, the guys were very straightforward. They're like, yeah, nah, I don't like fat people. It wasn't until, and not to get on any girls in the chat, but it wasn't until the women stepped up where the conversation went into a different direction of what it means to be fat. And it's like, I thought we could all agree on this, but okay. I see now. I understand.
the thing is when you look at someone like on a magazine, I use that because that's a pretty baseline, for example, for a fitness magazine or a Sports Illustrated magazine, they usually have representing as attractive, right? Someone that's curvy or slim, petite. That's what's shown. Fit, shredded abs or booty, whatever.
Because it's a fitness magazine.
No, but
Why
even
would you
Sports
put an
Illustrated,
overweight
but
person
Sports
on the cover of a
Illustrated, but that's,
fitness
but you
magazine?
could though.
However, Victoria's
Unless
Secret
there's-
did it.
Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret
Secret
models.
did it. I'll give you that.
Victoria's Secret models, they're very, skinny.
size.
And yeah, they even have plus size models now. So I don't know. I
And I
feel like
disagree with that. I'll be honest. I disagree with it. Victoria's Secrets is Victoria's Secrets and should not have plus size models.
I
but
also
you said it was
disagree.
attractive though. It
I
could
didn't
be.
say that. You're misinterpreting my words.
It's easier for fit women to make money than fit men.
Yes. Yes. I'm happy they all agree on that. Yes.
Legally.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Okay,
It's
so
ridiculous.
I stepped forward only because of the fact that going through all my fitness days and bodybuilding, and I got so many offers to do different things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Different things. Okay. And I know a lot of females that actually make a very good living off of all
Their physique, yeah.
their physique. Okay,
Or
in different
OnlyFans.
ways.
OnlyFans.
Listen,
same thing.
I have to
Is
turn
it?
down.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said it's the same thing. They take that physique
Okay.
and put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I turn down OnlyFans constantly.
Oh my
They're
God,
constantly,
constantly.
emailing me and
But
asking
before
me.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wrestling.
Interesting.
Wrestling, wrestling,
Okay,
wrestling,
yeah.
the girls, all the
Yeah.
all the other men, the older ones that wanted to be dominated, all the female bodybuilders and fitness, they love that, and they'll pay.
Yeah.
They'll pay
Yeah.
big time.
Men are willing to pay a lot for that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, even
Yeah.
A woman probably wouldn't pay for that stuff for like to see men doing that. You know,
That's why male
maybe
strippers
there's
do
a
that.
select few, right? But
See, because we get followers, we get more.
We get both. Yeah, we get
Whereas
both.
you guys,
Correct.
right? That's why I think it's easier for us to grow.
I think it's easier for women to.
yeah, because of that.
Because
Yeah.
you just gotta like maybe take the booty shot in the mirror and stick it out,
Yeah.
and then you get like 1,500 likes on your.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized, chat. Do girls follow male fitness influencers, or is that just guys following male fitness influencers? I never thought about that. I don't think girls follow male fitness influencers. That's very interesting. I never thought about that.
I want to reply to that.
and you
Right.
make me, like,
Versus a guy, what does a guy gotta do? Like show his abs and
Yeah.
get
Right.
Well,
That
there's
doesn't
the
even,
thing,
doesn't
right?
even help. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Women are so heavily sexualized, and that's
Unfortunately.
whether they are, like I'll post things that I know are sexually suggestive, and that's like my decision. And there's women who are in the fitness industry who they don't want that at all, but they're getting the
Right.
same amount of attention.
Yeah, see, I don't want that, and I don't post it, but I get that exact what you get.
Yeah.
The whole the sexual aspect of it, where I have all the guys in the I'm like, where are the women?
There
Where are
none,
the
and
women?
that's
Like
the whole
all the men are
thing.
in there liking, and I didn't post
They're
that glue
jealous.
shot for
They're
you,
probably
sir.
jealous.
Yeah.
It's interesting she says that because she's
Very
absolutely
true.
right.
Yeah.
I'll post something like, a workout video, or I'll post
Totally.
something behind the snes that I'm filming for something else. I'll get some good likes, okay? But
Yeah.
then I post like the side boob and it's like boom. It's like all these, it's like, wow, okay, I see where my audience is, and my
Right.
audience is definitely probably 60-40. Men versus women, and the women, either they don't step up and actually comment, maybe they like it in the
watching.
background.
They're definitely watching because I see.
Yeah.
But they're just
but they're not commenting like the guys do.
Yeah.
you know.
And women definitely do, you recognize that they will get, you know, more traction in posting certain ways, and like you can't really blame them for taking advantage of that. But one thing that I would say, like as a woman who has managed to gain like a substantial following based off of like a lot of posts like that, I find, and this is like, I think it's a little controversial, I don't know if you guys will agree, but like a man, I feel, with like 200,000 followers is equivalent to a woman with 1 million, because there's so many women all blowing up for just being hot. No one's really caring a lot of the time about
I get that.
what you have to offer, like your skills, your talents, your knowledge, whereas like these men have that influence.
It's so unfortunate that's the new measure.
Agreed.
Can I just say that's so unfortunate that it's measured now by the amount of followers.
Right.
Yeah, because
that's-
the quality of your content and what you're putting out there and who you are, that is what should speak volumes, and that should get 1 million likes if it's real and it's genuine.
I think that if you set things like OnlyFans and all that aside, it's a lot harder for women to sell things like workout programs and things like that, because men are being taken more seriously, unfortunately.
I disagree. It depends on your audience.
All right.
Nah, real quick. So I'm not gonna say her name. Y'all probably know who she is, but I used to work with this artist back in the day, right? And she was a singer when I knew her. I met her as a singer. And slowly I peeped, she started posting certain content on her Instagram page, and it stopped being about music. It was more like bikini pictures and all this extra stuff. So sooner or later I was like, what, do you still do music? Like, are you still an artist? And she was like, yeah, I'm still a music artist. Right, but then she dropped the music. She stopped doing music, and then she started doing more of that type of stuff, like, you know, modeling for brands, clothing brands, you know, Fashion Nova, all the extra shit. After that, she got into gym culture. But the crazy thing about it though, now I've witnessed girls start their whole little gym thingy and, you know, do the build up. She started doing gym shit, took off. And in my mind, I was like, wait, why is your gym stuff doing better than your music stuff? And it was because if you looked at the way she was presenting each, the music stuff, she was way more passionate about. So she wasn't worried about trying to like present herself in a certain light. She was just trying to put her passion in that bit. But when it came to the gym stuff, that's when you seen the booty pics in the mirror and all this extra stuff. It grew so fast that within like a year or so, she was already instructing yoga classes. She was already doing workshops. And I was like, whoa, is this how they do it? I haven't seen Shorty make no music whatsoever, but like best believe like she doing that fitness shit and she getting the little fitness brands on her side and all that. I'm like, damn. All you had to do was show some like what? And I'll tell y'all this, as somebody, I went to school for marketing, by the way. So that's why that's so appalling to me. It's not more so the nature of it all. It's the fact that seeing it actually go into play and work is what surprised me the most. Because I was just like, whoa, is that really all she had to do to blow up real quick? That is crazy. Mind you, though, she is a fit person. It's just compared to what I've seen with other people, she did do a little shortcut. That's all I got to say. But more kudos to her, though. She doing her shit. She did do a little shortcut. Being bad do get you a little bit further.
I disagree.
But what do you mean by like taking more seriously? Because one thing that you did say was like a guy with 200,000 followers is kind of similar to a girl with 1 million followers, but that guy is probably like the best in his field for him to get attention. So like, I want to hear from your perspective. What do you mean by like it's whatever you just said?
My bad. I keep pausing, but that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, for guys, we gotta be the best of the best. We gotta actually put in that work, go to the gym, show the results. For her, it was quick. There was girls that was putting in way more effort and work that did not get that far that quick. That's what I'm talking about. It's amazing.
I feel like I post a lot of things that are just, fitness, just lifting, and I'm actually working on releasing a workout program, so I actually don't know firsthand how that's gonna go, so I can't really speak from direct experience in terms of that, but I do feel that when I just post, a real looking, hot, flexing, it gets tons of attention, but then when I go online and I post and I'm saying something serious about something that I'm passionate about, something that I'm doing, something I want to share, and I'm genuinely trying to share my fitness knowledge with people, doesn't really get attention, doesn't really get that traction, and I don't see a response that shows we really care what you have to offer.
I hear you, and I think the only thing I will say to that is would you actually take social media aside? If we were to go back to 2018, 2012, do you think you have the knowledge to actually be an expert, or is it that you have a platform? Because I feel like the difference is that,
there's so many out here that are not knowledgeable.
What about, let's go algorithm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that, you have a great workout video. Okay, do you think possibly they're not pushing it out there for you? The algorithm is not pushing it out for you.
But I think
so. But once you put something that's hot, the algorithm is going to push it out there.
But there still has to be content within whatever that is that's going to draw the right people in to say, okay, I'm just liking this because of how it looks, or there's actually something information-wise here that I can actually take and apply to my own journey.
Not really.
I work with someone, and this person is no credentials whatsoever when it comes to training. They don't even like to work out, but they did it for the videos. They get the looks, because they're really pretty, great physique. They got the genetics shape. Put out a program, millionaire overnight.
That's
just
what I'm
because
talking about.
of how they look. Everybody wants to look like her. And it's women that bought it, not men, because I'm not buying her program.
I would agree, though, that because it is a lot harder for men to go viral on social media, it's hard for just an attractive man to go viral on social media. I would agree that the bulk of men who have managed to gain hundreds of thousands of followers are very skilled and very talented and have had to work very, very hard to get there, as opposed to many women who have managed to get more followers than them without the same amount of skill and just experience.
And real quick, y'all, remember, the name of the page is Rynfyt. Remember that. It's Rynfyt. That's all I gotta say. But I was skipping rocks, though. I skipped rocks. But remember, the page name was Rynfyt. That should tell y'all a lot about what she's saying now.
Though, for the women that do truly have that skill and experience, I still think they're at fault to an extent, because they will, whether they want to or not, still have a huge, portion of their fan base just be there just to look at them. But I do agree with what you said.
Men make more money in the every average day life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let the women have something.
I would also say that
If I were the woman, I would do it.
the women who are
Same here.
doing
I'm not
the
holding.
things that are, bringing in a lot of money, that are maybe looked down upon by a lot of people, they're sacrificing kind of a lot to do that. They're putting themselves under a lot of judgment, a lot of scrutiny, to do some of the things that are, bringing in all of that money.
Required.
So they're living a lifestyle that they're sacrificing a lot for, frankly.
By
Because
choice, though.
By choice, 100% by choice.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Somebody offered, if I could make $100,000 a month off of OnlyFans, sign my ass up.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, because here's the thing. It's not just, okay, so you could go to a certain level on that.
Yeah.
There's certain levels on everything, right? You can just do one small level. You can go a little deeper, and it just depends on what level that you decide to go to be quite honest with you. And that's a female's choice. The men have the same exact choice. And I think the men can make that kind of money if they have those kind of choices. But yes, they have to be pretty. There's no doubt.
Pretty much all she just said is everybody has the choice to be a whore. It's just a more lucrative choice for women. Which, whose fault is that? I don't know. I don't want to get into that conversation, but it's true. every guy knows what he has to do to get that type of status, but not every guy is willing to do that because we got dignity. Now, it's more accepted in the world for women to do that stuff, which is why it's easier for them to like, hey, let me just show a picture of my ass real quick, you feel me? While with guys to be like that, appreciate you for the follow, gang.
I am almost dead for is now following.
But yeah, for guys, it's a little bit more like, I'll tell you this. When I was working out and I was going through my whole like fitness phase, it was a very big thing for me not to post too much of my like body, which is weird, right? Because it's fitness, it's all about body.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay. But it was a little bit different because I was like, I don't want to come off thirsty, even though I do want to show off my gains and whatnot. I didn't want to come off a certain type of thirsty, you feel me? Because niggas know, like, we could show the V cut, you feel me? We could, like, throw on the gray sweatpants, show the print real quick, da-da-da-da. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to actually show that I'm skilled at what I do and that I'm actually putting in work, training, doing what I do. So I see what she means. It's more acceptable for girls to do that shit. Like, best believe, if you seen a guy on your page and every workout picture he showed, he was in the sweatpants showing his print with his V cut showing, you gonna think he a thought. You gonna look at him like, damn, bro, you thirst trapping. Nobody ever looks at Joey Swole, Chris Herrera, or any of those other guys and be like, oh yeah, they thirst trapping because they got their shirt off. Because like she said, there's levels to this shit, bro. I'm yapping.
Imagine, if you will, you're at the gym in the weight room trying to get a pump in before the 6 p.m. switch shift you took to pay back your coworker after you woke up feeling under the weather. The bench.
It's an ad.
And some you ever aces and has $6 you.
Yep.
I am terrified of gaining more fat.
I need more. See my hands?
Wow.
I'm terrified.
That over there.
I'm terrified of getting more fat because I'm getting on stage. And my main thing, I compete every year. And so for me, fat gain is not good because I'm not gonna look good enough to beat the next competitor. I need to be at that top level. So if I want to keep in that top 3, top 5 level, I need to always make sure that my fat gain is at a level where I can maintain it and still build muscle. And I'm still doing it.
Yeah, me being retired, this is like my kind of off season, so I'm kind of like bulkier than I normally would be. But even in that sense, I'm still kind of self-conscious of how I look because of how I used to look when I was shredded and I was competing. So I have that kind of complex now about myself and how I look. So definitely don't want to gain more fat than I am right now, or be fatter than I am right now. I'm not saying I'm fat, but I do have a higher percentage of body fat than what I would normally have. So I'm definitely conscious of that, and definitely don't want to gain more body fat. I don't think anyone was. I don't know why you guys are standing back there, because it makes sense.
I'll speak from I don't compete, I'm not at that level at all. But just from a stepping outside point to even posting for social media to get whether it's modeling shoots, acting, or content creation, I just want to look my leanest. I think at some point I was so focused on, I was talking to Brandon about this outside, really putting up big numbers, but I was like, yeah, I guess that would be good for me, but what am I presenting out there? And so I focus more on dieting and really trying to see all the definition possible. And as I saw more definition, it got harder for me to want to just be all right, I'll have one cookie. It just got,
you lose it, you want
to. And it's this paranoia of shoot, I really don't want to regress or put on, because I've worked so hard. And it's unfortunate because sometimes it feels like I'm limiting my personal happiness, or I'm the weird guy in the friend group that eats kale, spinach, and the same thing, and ground turkey and boring stuff grilled chicken, all that. And
real quick, that's me. Whenever me and my friends go out at night, say that we go to the club, everybody gets drunk or whatever, and then everybody hungry, they hate me because they the first people. Let's go to McDonald's. And I'm like, bruh, can we not go to McDonald's, bruh? Can we not eat McDonald's? Mind y'all, I'm throwed but I'm still thinking about my health, and I'm like, bruh, I got some food prep at home, bruh. I'll let y'all get some, bruh. I got some pasta and some ground beef. You feel me? Like, I got you, bruh. I got Waffle House an exception. Waffle House an exception. I'm not gonna cap. That Texas sandwich, whatever, Texas toast sandwich, whatever, that bit hit. That's an exception. Them cheese grits, an exception. But McDonald's, bruh, I'll be like, come on. What are we doing? And then eventually I go to McDonald's and I get me a 6-piece chicken nugget with an apple pie and a small fry. And that's it. Side of water. That's it. And then I wake up the next morning hating myself because my body rejecting that shit, bro. Literally every time I eat McDonald's, my body rejects that shit.
Man, why are you eating so boring? So that's the struggle, but that's kind of why I have a fear of, like, you know, putting on fat.
Yeah, and I think anyone here with an audience on social media, they have a certain expectation of you, how you look, and some people look up to you. And if all of a sudden they see you're putting on weight, you're kind of letting down a lot of people, and there's the pressure to be your best shape, never, you know, always be shredded, always be jacked, and if you put on weight, people are gonna comment about it. They're gonna, you know, and all of a sudden you're not this motivational figure that you're supposed to be for all these people that follow you. So.
Yeah, the reason that I stepped forward is because I'm not scared of gaining fat just like at all in general, but for me at the moment right now, like I said, compared to exactly 1 year ago, I am a lot heavier. I've gained 30 pounds over this year. I had a surgery and then I injured myself and I had to spend a lot of time resting and also eating a lot to heal and not lose the muscle that I did have. And so I would say I'm terrified of gaining more fat than I have to this point because I did what was healthy and what was necessary.
Did she just say the prompt but denied it? You literally just said, I'm terrified of gaining more fat. That's what you just said, but you said no.
More fat, muscle that I did have. And so I would say I'm terrified of gaining more fat than I have to this point because I did what was healthy and what was necessary for me, which I think is really important. If you're injured, do what you need to do. But now I'm at a point where I feel a lot of pressure because I have social media to get back to where I was like as quickly as I can because I do have people being like, hey, you don't look like you did a year ago. Like I thought you were shredded. I thought you were ripped. And like sitting here next to you guys, you know, like it's especially hitting me. There's definitely a lot of pressure to be a lot leaner and coming from being like 200 pounds, it's a really scary thought to go back to where you started as well. So yeah, I'm terrified to progress even more.
You know, to some people, I could be fat because I'm at 5%. And to some people, you could be fat.
Yeah.
You know,
My standard of fat.
Right, because your standard is different. You look at it differently. You know how we do. We look at it different. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we'll think, damn, I don't have that striation on my shoulder.
But to others, you look jacked still.
You look super jacked. You can gain 10 pounds and still look the same because people tell me all the time, man, you always look like that. No, I don't. Yeah. There's times when I'm not
body
competing.
dysmorphia.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, can we have the
I feel
discipline
that.
step forward?
I feel that. I'm sorry I keep pausing y'all, but I remember when so when I started working out, you feel me, it took like a couple months. I mean, I seen the difference, but it took a couple months for like, I wouldn't say for everybody else to realize it, but for people to have commented on the difference, right? But what got me the most was when I stopped working out, no one said anything, but I could see that I was getting like skinnier. Not skinny, but I was losing definition. But nobody was saying nothing. And I was wondering, I was just like, damn, like when I was getting big and all that, like, y'all was like, yo, stand up. Well, damn, I just said I don't give a fuck. Y'all was like, yo, bro, like you doing good. But when I wasn't, nobody was saying nothing. I was like, there was even one time I was like, y'all, bro, y'all can't like, bro, I've been losing, da da da. Like, nah, bro, you good. And I'm like, damn. So did I look like this when I was trying to get big? It really messed up my mind. I had to realize, like, yo, you got to be at your own pace. You know what you're doing. And I got pictures for progress to prove it too, but friend leaked. I love it, bro. I feel like everybody knows my real name. I don't really gotta hide it, but I just don't like when people call me by my real name on social media or anything like that, bro. So if I see y'all in person, like I'm cool if y'all call me my real name, but on here, let's not do all that. But yeah, that's all my whole thing. It confused me. I was just like, am I the only one that sees this? And then I realized body dysmorphia is a thing.
I'm not terrified of gaining more fat because I know how to take it off. I'm very clear about if I am putting on additional weight and or excess body fat. I'm clear about what I'm doing that's creating it, so I know how to take it off. So
But isn't that what keeps you terrified from?
I'm not terrified about it because of the length of time. Maybe it's experience. Maybe it's the length of time I've been in the game.
Ryn, if you know the story, you know the story. I'll have somebody else tell you because I don't feel like explaining that right now. But if you know the story, you know why my name is Ryn.
I do shred challenges with my platform 4 or 5 times a year to teach women the process of dropping their body fat, losing weight, and how to do it healthy. So I know how to do it. So, and if you are promoting a platform where you are not sharing that looking jacked like this is not sustainable, you're not being authentic. And you're leading them down the wrong path, and you're guiding people into thinking that we look like this all the time when we really don't. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we have to do in order to maintain these physiques that we have. Men and women, it's normal. You have ups and downs, ebbs and flows when it comes to this fitness game. And looking like this is not sustainable. But can we sustain it with proper healthy habits and eat and have a healthy, active lifestyle? Absolutely we can.
But I think
So that's why I'm not fearful of it.
What you just said. It's not sustainable, but it is sustainable.
I was going to say, I agree with you.
A healthy lifestyle.
I agree with you and disagree with you about not sustainable. The only reason I say that is because of the fact that I'm not terrified of putting fat on, because I have found the formula to my body, my structure, to where it's like, I can take it off like that. Cutting out entire food groups, worst thing you could possibly do. But you're a guy. And there's your difference.
You're
okay?
also vegan.
Females versus males, when it comes to what you can eat by putting on fat versus us, your testosterone's higher. You're gonna run leaner by nature.
You guys gain fat easier. Women
Okay,
gain fat
we
easier.
gain weight like that compared to you guys. So you can eat more calories. You can eat more shitty food, you know, to where us,
get away with it.
I can get away with it. Where us, it's like, yeah, if you're in competing and you're in that off season, I remember when I did compete, and the next week, I'd gained 20 pounds, but it was 20 pounds of water. It wasn't fat. You know, so you guys are so much, it is easier for you to stay leaner, so you don't have to worry about that.
but fat
My
looks
ex would
better on
always say
women,
that
though.
shit.
Let's be honest. You know?
Well,
We don't mind a little
okay,
fat.
we don't mind a little
We don't mind a little.
fat.
We don't mind a little. You don't have to look jacked all the time.
That little layer makes us sexier. You're absolutely right.
I dress for attention at the gym.
Real quick, just to comment on that real quick. That was one of the main reasons why my ex shorty, like, she would always get, I don't know what to call it, but she would mention, she would be like, damn, like, you know, your stomach is so flat, da 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 da. And I would forget that y'all got uteruses, and I would tell her that, like, you know, I don't know. I would low key say the wrong thing. I'm not gonna cap. But she right. I mean, as a guy, I'll admit it's easy. And I don't know if it's also being black too, but I can go to the gym for a week and get the results I want. I promise you. But I've witnessed my ex, you know, work real hard, buy the workout plans, do the whole dieting thing, and not get nowhere, but not get there as quick as she wanted to. And that was always something that bothered me because I was just like, you know, I'm a motivator, so I'm like, yo, we gotta get it going. We gotta do this. And at times I felt like I was being a little bit not understanding because I didn't realize that women bodies don't handle stress the same way we do. I put my body through stress. She couldn't deal with that. I had to realize that real quick.
Guess I'm the only one here. Personally, if I had my choice, depending on the gym, I'll just go shirt off. I also like wearing tank tops or loose fitting clothing. I like looking in the mirror, looking at myself, checking out the pump and whatnot. So I definitely, and then as far as the intention part goes, I like people to notice like my gains, and it feels good. I'm just being honest. If I'm shirtless at the gym and I'm posing, I'm flexing, I'm also in the back of my mind like, okay, who's looking, who's checking, and yeah.
Do you think the others here are not being 100%?
I don't think they're being honest at all. They're all in shape. They all look good. They're all wearing some form of fashionable outfit, and they know people are going to be watching that. So obviously they're going to put on something that's going to make their muscles pop. And so, because, when everyone goes home, they're not wearing these outfits. Let's be honest. So I don't think they're being honest.
See what
I
I'm
think
wearing.
they got to tell the truth.
I didn't go nowhere today.
I'm here to disagree.
I literally didn't go nowhere today.
Can we have the disagreeer step forward?
You guys are all liars.
Yeah, you totally threw yourself under the
All right.
bus multiple times.
If I could jump in on this one first.
All right, I'll let you go first.
Go ahead, Lauren.
First and foremost, I go to the gym to work.
Yeah.
Same
I
here.
don't go for the attention, I go to work. And the girls wearing tight clothes is simply so that we can move. I mean, we can't wear jeans to the gym, right?
You don't have to wear jeans, but you could wear oversized shorts or loose sweatpants, but it's a personal preference. Obviously, it depends on what you're comfortable with, but I feel like they also are aware of who's watching them, whether it's they're competing with another girl to see who has the better butt today.
Actually,
No, not necessarily.
That happens. I've heard
That's all
it.
about mindset, honestly. Coming from different, a perspective, bodybuilding mindset, you know this. We go in to get our work in and get the fuck out. Excuse my language, but that's the truth. I'm not there to look at people or have people look at me or anything. I'll look like a freaking bum most of the time when I go to the gym. Because why am I there? To improve myself and my physique, to get on that stage and look my best. Not for someone to look at me and be like, oh, look at that ass. Yeah, I'll be wearing a pump shorts, but most of the time I'm wearing an oversized shirt, anything, because it's just in there for me and to work on myself and to get better to where I want to get.
Started going into there always fully clothed to the point where people would ask me, why you don't show your physique? Because
I'm not gonna cap. If y'all scroll down long enough on my TikTok and y'all look at my fitness videos, y'all would pretty much understand what I wear at the gym. I'm not gonna comment too much on it, but yeah, if y'all scroll down enough on my TikTok, y'all will see the type of clothing I used to wear at the gym. Now, rather you want to call that seeking attention or not, I do calisthenics. I enjoy my physique. And was I showing it off? Who's to say I was? Who's to say I wasn't? All I know, I looked good. That's all I really cared about.
they wanted to see it. I wasn't doing it for their approval. It was more so for me to just, it's hard for me to sweat. So in order for me to sweat, I need to wear a lot of clothing. And so I wear a lot of clothing to get that thermogenic effect, just to get that sweat going. And then the time I'm posing, it's really for me, I do that at home. Or I do it in the mirror at the posing gym. I'm not doing it, I'm not putting on this. And if I wear it, the only reason I started wearing tank tops now is because of social media. And in order to boost my acceptance on social media, I had to show my gains, show my jack, show my shredded shoulders, show this in order to get people to look at it because.
But that's a choice though. You're
right.
You just.
But I'm not doing it. I'm not going to the gym.
You wanted to do.
Correct.
That's what so by you doing that, you are in some form wanting the attention from the audience to look at you, and that's why you're
the video.
For the video, but the videos are still a part of you.
It's not the gym. I'm doing the video because I'm
that's not social media. We go I'll go back in the gym later on. If I'm doing my social media post and I'm doing a workout video, absolutely, man. I'm wearing slim, to nothing type clothes so that people in my social media can actually see what I look like. But to go in the gym and actually work, I've got a baseball hat on backwards. I've got a baggy T-shirt and probably baggy pants as well.
That doesn't speak for majority.
I wear tank tops to the gym, not to be attractive to people or get attention. I wear it because I want to see how my physique is adjusting while I'm training. Am I getting a good pump? Are the veins pumping out? I look at myself and say, okay, you're doing the work right.
Yes.
That's the only reason why I wear
Just
it.
because something looks good on you does not mean you want attention. Does not mean you want people gawking at you when you come to the gym.
So that's what I was getting at earlier. Who's to say it isn't for attention? But I will say I like wearing what looks good on me. So if it look good on me, I'm gonna put that shit on. I don't like stepping out the crib not having that shit on. Like I told y'all, look, hold on. I didn't go nowhere today. I didn't go nowhere today. I literally woke up and got on stream, took a shower out. But hold on, let me show y'all something. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. I got on a whole fit. I got on a whole fit right now. I like putting that shit on. That's just my thing. You feel me? I don't like going out not looking. You feel me? So I feel like if that's not your nature of just putting that shit on, then of course you're doing it for attention. Like our buddy said, I don't usually wear tank tops, but I did it for social media because that's for attention. You're doing that for attention. But you know, if I usually put that shit on and I go out with that shit on, that's not attention. That's me putting that shit on because that's what I do. That's all I gotta say. If that's what you do, then that's what you do. With me, it's always been a thing. Like, I just like having that shit on. Even my comfy outfits.
You only looking for ATTENTIONNNN.
You only looking for attention. You only wear that shit because I'm never around. You only looking for attention.
Now, I kind of disagree. I look like this, I dress like this whether I'm shooting my content or not because my content is authentic, I mean, it's organic. Meaning when you see my sweaty selfie, it's real. So I'm taking that photo when I'm in there after I finish working out. But I don't come to the gym dressed a certain way or dressed like, I know I'm gonna get attention because what my physique looks like.
Okay.
I can't help but get attention because of that. And so I'm not gonna go in there.
Do you wear this exact outfit to be around the house to watch TV, to mow your lawn?
No, watching TV. I'm wearing something more. Yeah, this is gym. This is my fitness wear. This is so if I'm at home, I'm in something totally more comfortable. But to be honest, this is like a uniform. I wear it all the time. The leggings, you know. But I'm not. I have a certain physique. It looks a certain way no matter what I put on. I can put the baggy jogging pants on and a sweatshirt, and they can still see my ass through and wow. And I still get the same amount of attention.
Wearing what makes you feel
I
comfortable.
think I kind of understand what's going on here. So you can go to the gym and be like, I'm here to work on you. I think that there is some nuance here. Yes, I am going to the gym to improve my body. It's not about what other people's goals are for me. It's for myself, but you would be disingenuous.
I see what this guy is trying to say, but it's not quite right.
Facts. He kind of is projecting his own opinion onto other people, but I think it's a both time. I wish more people was talking because I just peep. Only like 3 people have been talking this entire time. Like 3 or 4 people. There's 6 people on this panel. 8, I believe. Not that many people have been talking. But yeah, I see where he going at though, because if it's you, it's you. If it's not you, it's not you. Simple as that, bro. Like if I seen one of my homeboys pull up to the gym in a thong, what do we call it? Tank top. I'm gonna look at him sideways. Bro, I ain't never seen you put that shit on, bro. Even your regular outfit's not that flashy. So why the hell you being flashy at the gym? That's what I mean. It's like, if you're not usually, say that shorty in the blue, she usually wears like clothing that displays her like that. Like she said, no matter what she wears, it's gonna show. Then it makes sense that that's her uniform. That's what she wear. But like, if when you go out, you don't even dress that flashy. You don't even show your body like that. Why the hell are you doing it in the gym? You see what I'm trying to say? It's just same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I put that shit on no matter what. Even my comfy clothes look fire because I like to have that shit on. If I put on my my little, they nurse pants, but I don't call them nurse pants. But if I put on those pants and I put on my tank and whatever, I'm still gonna look fresh because I chose out a fresh wardrobe. My wardrobe is just clean like that. But if your wardrobe is only clean when you go to the gym, then that should tell you something.
Genuine to not acknowledge that in some level, you know, you comb your hair, you brush your teeth, you make sure that you're smelling, maybe you have a good fragrance on in the gym, you're wearing shorter shorts and your abs are gonna be showing. And, you know, it doesn't mean like, oh, I want girls to come up to me, but it's like, you're thinking, okay, there might be someone who I want to present myself well to, doesn't mean you're going to speak to them, but you want to present yourself well because, you know, as a fitter person specifically, you're going to naturally have more people look at you. And then if you take the social media aspect of it, if you're an influencer, I know you know that people are going to be looking at you as a pinnacle of, oh, what are they wearing? How does their body look? So are you realistically going to tell me you're going in there not thinking about that at all? And it doesn't mean that, oh, you're narcissistic or you're not going there for the right reasons, but I do think that there is some element of I'm presenting myself for either social media or around people or my community in the best attractive, or let's take attractive out of it, present yourself in the best light. What do you think about that?
But wanting to present yourself in the best light, getting up in the morning, doing my hair, putting on cologne perfume or make smell good, putting on a cute outfit, doesn't mean that I'm doing that for attention. It means that's what makes me feel good.
Yeah,
that's
you're getting the
That's how
attention.
I enjoy it.
You're still getting the attention.
Listen, that's secondary. Just because I happen to get attention from it doesn't mean that I am taking those steps and doing those things because I'm in my mind saying when I get to the gym, oh yeah, I need all eyes on me. No, actually, I don't want all eyes. I know I'm gonna get it, but I don't want you bothering me. I'm in the gym to work out, literally. And here's the thing I do, I put my headphones on. So I half the time they're not even on, to be honest. But it's just to keep the guys away and keep, you know, people from bugging me while I'm in there doing my work and getting my workout in. And I'm gonna take my selfie whether I'm sweaty or not, because it's authentic. I'm putting out authentic content. So the people you're talking about that get dressed up just to go to the gym to film content, that's totally different.
Everyone here is speaking for themselves. I'm speaking more of I'm just gonna say a realistic standpoint of most people that go to the gym. I mean,
all right, he just invalidated everything that he believes in for saying that. How you gonna say everybody's speaking for themselves, but you are here speaking for a more general state? You think you have the opinion of everybody. You think you have the most general opinion. Majority of people, that's not the case. Same with you.
the fitness clothing industry is worth billions of dollars, not because people are just going there to, you know, whether they have headphones or not, they know that people want to present themselves in a way that's going to get them feeling like, oh, hey, Susie just commented me, or John just said, oh, looking good today. That's a part of it.
I disagree with you because, okay, first and foremost, you're super young.
Okay.
You're in there to hit it. You're in there to pick up. You're in there to get dates. We're not. We could give a shit, to be honest with you. And there's the difference.
I care more about my physical appearance than being healthy.
Whoa.
That's a weird question.
Yeah.
I'm a two-time Canadian bodybuilding champion, and I pushed myself as a competitive bodybuilder to extreme levels. Okay, that means I was using drugs, right, steroids, to get to that level. And so I agreed with the prompt because I did prefer myself based more on how I looked, because I was being judged on how I looked. So I became, I would say, unhealthy because I was using drugs at an extreme level. So yes, that's why I came up, because I was unhealthy. It's not healthy doing what we do as bodybuilders, taking drugs every day, dieting to an extreme level, getting to a very low body fat. That's hard on your body. It's not healthy. It may look like we're healthy, but at the end of the day, we're not healthy internally. It's bad for your organs, your liver, kidneys. It's terrible. So I reached the top level, and once I became, you know, Canadian bodybuilding champion, I was like, what am I doing with myself? Like, I'm burning myself out. I'm taking all these drugs. At that time in my career, I wasn't really making money from it. You know, you compete, you win a show, you get a trophy. I'm like, you know, hurting myself just to look good on stage. And I didn't see the juice wasn't worth the squeeze for me, so I retired, and so I'm no longer a competitive bodybuilder, but that's kind of where I got to.
Yeah. I'm definitely at a point where I'm better at focusing on being healthy, but I was, like I mentioned earlier, I was 200 pounds during the pandemic. That's when I started losing weight. I didn't start working out until afterwards. I got to 98 pounds, obviously not a healthy thing to do. And then people essentially were just telling me I was too skinny. First it was, oh, you're overweight, then it was, oh, you're too skinny. And so when I started lifting, it wasn't about health. I was like, okay, well, if I was overweight, I'm too skinny, maybe I should, you know, gain muscle. And for a huge part of that, like, I was still under eating, still overtraining. I definitely a year ago looked my best, I would say, and then you just burn out. And so like this year, I definitely spent a lot less time working out and cutting, and I'm at a point where I am the most self-conscious that I've been in a long time. I'm looking back at my photos from last October, and I just started 75 Hard. I'm trying to be as healthy as possible. I'm only a few days in, and I've been marketing the heck out of it, but I mean, it's been like a week of doing like a big calorie deficit, and already I feel exhausted. I can tell my hormones are out of whack. I've never personally done any sort of enhancing drugs, but
are you telling your viewers
the reason for that is because just overtraining and under-eating alone messes with me mentally so much, and I'm back and I'm already doing it again. You know, it's a very hard balance to be healthy.
Are you
and
telling
also
your viewers and supporters
aesthetic.
that though?
Yeah, I think a lot of the general public will look at people that are fit and shredded and don't realize what it takes to get to that level, to be under 10% body fat and to be shredded, how they're eating, what drugs or supplements they're taking. It's hard on your body,
Yeah.
for the most part. That's at least
100%.
how it worked for me. I never felt great when I was shredded to the bone and my feet had no body fat at the bottom, so it hurt when I walked on the floor. Like that's how painful it was. So it's kind of a two-sided thing where you can look great, but you feel like shit.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
All right. Can we have the disagree step forward?
I just want to say thank you for your share.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot to admit to putting ourselves through those types of things for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Health versus how you look. I went down your road.
Yeah.
I did the steroids. I competed. I was a monster. I did all that. But now that I'm older, I'm looking at it going, all that time behind me, I don't have a lot of time in front of me. Let's be super healthy now.
Bodybuilding as itself, it is unhealthy. I'll tell people. And then when people look at me when I'm like leaned out, they're like, I want to look like, I'm like, first of all, you don't want to look like this. This is not realistic. What's realistic is this. This is real, like me having fat on myself, everything, like me feeling happy, me feeling healthy. Like, I'll be honest, there are days that were like, I just felt like shit. Like, you know this, like, you've competed at that level. So it's just like me coming to a realization of like wanting to be healthy and put that health, prioritize that, because I have a low one too. So that's another thing. Like my son needs me, and like if I keep doing this, like especially at this level, at the pro level, like it gets to a certain point. But then again, you make the decision whether or not to pursue it or not.
People think carrying a healthy, active lifestyle is something that's difficult, when in fact it's not. It's just a choice.
When you get into a routine,
It's literally a choice, and it's the simple things, eating right, eating throughout the day, consistently, making sure that you're not slowing the metabolism down, incorporating the weight training, incorporating strength training, incorporating cardio, proper cardio, because all cardio is not designed the same. Understanding those components, understanding the macronutrients and what to eat and how to eat consistently, and then taking away the bad foods. That's the biggest thing, because that's what's putting unhealthy weight on you to begin with. Once you do that, you have a beautiful end result.
I want to say it's not the easiest route though. Like it does take willpower to be healthy and make those right choices.
Consistency, it's what it is.
Consistency, not willpower. Habit.
WSGRYNY Ryn.
What's good, gang? What's good? What's good? All you gotta do is stop being lazy and buy groceries more often. Y'all know me, bro. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know my life. Y'all know my eating habits. It's not that hard, bro. I mean, I could say it was a blessing and a curse that, I grew up not in the most rich family. So, managing my eating habits wasn't even a result of trying to be healthy. It was more so a result of trying to not run out of food, if that makes sense. So I had to base my eating habits around making sure I get the right amount of food to at least maintain and do what I gotta do. And also, make sure everybody else in the family had food to eat too. So that was a big thing for me, you feel me? It was just learning how to do all that. And I can't say this one thing on cam or on live because they would blink, blink. But the one thing that I did obtain that helps me with that, I'll give y'all a hint though. I was able to get food, but it couldn't be hot food. So the fact that it couldn't be hot food, it made me learn how to pick the food the right way. I wasn't able to go to certain places and just buy food. No, I had to buy groceries and learn how to cook.
My NY resolution is to delete my DoorDash and Uber Eats app.
Facts, that's valid. I promise you, I use those apps like a reward, bro. Anytime I order from Uber Eats or DoorDash, that's a reward for me. That's literally like, you earned this shit. You've been eating the same thing for about the last 2 months, on and off. Go ahead and get you some lamb vindaloo with some garlic naan and a mango lassi. You feel me? Go ahead and get you some oxtails with rice and peas and plantain. You feel me? But other than that, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
It's a bad habit for me. I order almost every day.
My roommate be on the same timing. That's why, low key, when my roommate told me, he was like, I got nothing to offer for him. I was just like, well, nigga, little do you know, bro. Like, I could be meal prepping for you. I could have been cooking up your food for you, put it in the fridge, make sure that every time you get home, you got your breakfast. When you waking up to go to work, you got your lunch, and then you got your dinner when you get to the crib.
My Ryn resolution is to make a diss track on Ryn.
Ja, this is the first time somebody has ever said something off topic, and I'm mad that it's you. I'm 110% upset that it's you. But yeah, that's literally, I'm surprised he ain't think about that, but I'll tell you, buddy, Uber Eats every day. I ain't never seen him cook a meal, so I had nothing to offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, a desire, dedication. It has to be something within you that says, I want better, and I'm going to prioritize my health over choosing this unhealthy lifestyle, which may be satisfying, which may be fun, but at the end of the day, am I getting healthier?
I can do the most push-ups than anyone here.
This is ego.
So this will be a little bit activity-based too.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Okay. Because I could do more push-ups than all y'all. All y'all. Y'all see me. Y'all witness me do the push-ups. I could do more push-ups than all y'all. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Real push-ups too. He not even going maximum.
Yeah.
The only person doing push-ups is the white guy.
See, I knew that was gonna catch it.
The only person doing push-ups is the white guy.
See, it's driving into things. So, slow and steady. Slow and steady.
I think Tori's got to speak. Wait, why are you guys pausing? You don't pause.
That's a plank.
I'm out.
That was a lot.
You're the only one doing real push-ups right now.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's go,
Lock
guys.
out your elbows, man. Lock out your elbows. Lock them elbows out.
It's neck and neck.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
There it is.
Guys, one more.
Lock them elbows out.
See some shaking. I'm at 80. I don't know where you're at. 75.
I know.
Oh, he's at 80.
Oh, wow. Tap, tap.
Tapped out.
Nice.
Oh, now you're showing.
Nice, guys.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Fit. That's what I'm talking about.
Fit.
Oh my
Very
God.
nice.
Male trainers are
Lock
given
them elbows
preference
out.
over female trainers.
I only say yes because I think if I were looking for a personal trainer as a man, I would want a male personal trainer, just myself.
Well, most of the people I train are women because they come to me and they see what I've done with other women, and so they're like, he knows what he's doing. Whereas the woman that may be in the gym at the time, that's also a trainer, doesn't represent what they want to look like. So that's just what I get from
Very
my
true.
personal experience.
There's not very many of us, women that are in the gym, that are training at a certain level, that look a certain way. there are not that many of us. So there's definitely a smaller dynamic of female trainers where it's an attractive thing, where the women are going to be like, oh God, I want to look like her. So typically women are going to gravitate towards men that are in the gym because they're like, okay, they're fit, assuming that the man knows, but no one knows a woman's body better than a woman. You might know what looks good and aesthetically, and you might have the knowledge, of course, on how to adapt the body so that you can have the women look a certain way, which I think is kind of, which is good. But I know as a female, when I look at women gravitating towards male trainers more so than a female trainer, there's another dynamic in there too. Guess what? They might not be getting attention at home. They might enjoy the fact that the camaraderie and the interaction that they have with the male in the gym because they're not getting that kind of attention. I would say 75% of the women that I see training with men are there for that reason. Because they're not even working out hard. And then the guys, I'm not speaking about you, they're not even pushing them. Like, they'll let them in there, they're in there doing just basic stuff or and baby stuff. And it's just, because they're there to collect a check and just get the money. It's not even about adapting a woman and helping her. They're going to massage her ego. They're going to, oh yeah, they're going to make her feel good. They're going to make a comment, you look nice, that sort of thing. But are they really getting that woman to the next level and helping her change her life, change her?
Again, I'm sorry that I'm pausing, but that was my thing when it came. Low-key, okay, I'm going to tell y'all a quick little story. It's going to be like one of the longest videos I ever freaking upload. I'm not going to hold you. I'm already at an hour and 20 minutes. But I remember my ex, she had a trainer, right? And her main goal was to be able to do a pull-up. Now, in my mind, I was like, I could help you do a pull-up in probably like, a month or two. But what really, really pissed me the fuck off was like 2 to 3 months after having that trainer, she still couldn't do a pull-up. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you paying him for? And you know what's crazy? When she switched to a girl trainer, she started making progress. But guess when she made the most progress? When she dropped the trainer and just started working on her own pace. She made the most progress. That's why I don't believe in that trainer shit, bro. If they're to cut a check, they gonna make sure they get their bread. And a lot of them gets paid by the hour and the time. So it don't matter if you, imagine if trainers got paid by progress. Imagine if a trainer got paid by how good your progress was. You know how many trainers would actually lose their job? Think about that. Think about that. Like, imagine if the boss was like, your client was here, your client's goals was here, you didn't make that, so you're not getting paid this much. Imagine if that was the case. How many trainers would lose their job, or how many trainers would actually put their best foot forward? No, they get paid by the hour. They get paid by the session. It don't matter, bro. You can start fat, end fat. They get paid 10 bands regardless.
Her nutrition, actually change her physique. You can be in there and be busy all day long, but actually transforming the body is a completely different thing.
That's my favorite thing.
And yes, but a lot of male trainers don't do that. They have a whole gang of women, and it's simply because, number one, the women want to look at him. They look like you guys, okay? So they come in for the aesthetics, like, wow, this guy, look at my trainer. Also, the guys in there complimenting them and telling them they look great.
Choose, would you choose a male or a female trainer?
I've done both. Typically, it's hard to find female trainers like me above my level.
Okay.
And
very hard.
I agree with
Very
her
hard.
because of the fact that I was a female trainer for many, many years, and I was the type of trainer to where I would push because I knew what it took to get the female body to a certain level.
Yes.
We build differently.
Yes.
Our bodies transform differently at a different
Very
rate
true.
than a man.
Very true.
It's a little slower. We have to do different exercises. So I personally, and I could tell she does too, pushes hard to where a female might be more apt to go to a male trainer, get that attention, maybe baby her a little bit more,
yeah, totally.
Kind of thing. And so it's more appealing, to actually hit a male trainer rather than have a female trainer. It's no nonsense.
We're here to work.
Let's go.
And that's how you see it, because a lot of times for me, that's how I get. They're not even. Some of them don't even want to because they know Tori's not gonna make you walk out of here, and it's always gonna. I'm like that. Don't give a shit. Whatever you went on, let's go. We're working out today.
So you have that reputation.
You're the exception.
Yeah. So that's awesome. But and also to your point is there's so many more male trainers in the gym
Yes, there
for them
are.
to choose from.
Yeah.
To where we may be booked up And so they're not going to be able to grab us.
Right.
We have our clientele list already, but the men, there are so many of you in the gym that maybe are just starting out or in the middle of their career. You know, the older ones that have been like around the game for a long time, you're going to have your clientele list as well.
Right.
And they know you and you're no nonsense. So they might go, you know, over here because they're like, okay, he's like middle of the road and he's not going to push me that hard, but I'll show up and he's really cute, you know, and he's going to give me some attention.
You had the option. If you had the option of choosing between a man and a female trainer, and we just had a unlimited supply of trainers, why do you think females would choose a male more versus a female? Is it just because, again, like you said, they feel more?
I think it's
I think it's the attention. It's
the
like when I go for a
attention.
when I go for a massage, I want a male. I don't want a female massage.
See, I don't, because they're too rough.
But see, I like that because of my muscles.
Where are
I
the
need
other
that. I need
people?
that elbow to
Judging
be
women, you're
deep in
saying
there.
women trainers aren't up to par for what you need.
No, I'm not saying they're not up to par. I'm saying we're in short supply.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You guys can look buff and go in there and say I'm a trainer and walk up out of there with 5 women.
Yep.
Just because you look buff, and they assume because you look buff, you know what you're doing. You could have absolutely
But
no
what if the
idea.
female trainers buff too?
I'm sorry.
What if the female trainers?
There's not a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sure, but-
trust if we're buff, we had to do things to get to that level. I mean, and there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes on. So and you know, it's different, I think, for men to be able to attract women. Number one, because you're attractive, and when women are looking for attention, it's a lot easier. Let me just say, I have way more. I don't have as many male clients. I do have male clients, but I don't have as many male clients as I have female clients, because typically I can't just attract. The male clients that I attract are because they don't want to go to a guy that's going to make them push too much heavy weight and assume that because, you know, they're in there, you know, pushing this heavy, they don't want to adapt
Well, you may
their
be
bodies.
generalizing
in
a
that
lot of
way.
women by saying that.
Which
They're-
part?
The fact that you're saying that women are just picking men because they're attractive.
A lot of it is, and I'm saying this because I've been 13 years in the game. I've been around this for a very long time, and I've observed it. I'm in the gym. I pay attention to it. When I'm watching these men with their clients, I'm like, that's BS what they're doing. Totally, total BS. And it's just like, but they still get these women coming back, and the women just in there, and they're walking around in their little outfits and stuff, and just that's what it's about. It's about putting on a cute outfit, coming to the gym, getting some attention, throwing some weight around for, walking up by there a little sweaty. Girl, what did you just do?
I have seen the same woman over the last, I'm not even joking, 15 years, bounce between 5 different male trainers, and her body looks identical that it did 15 years ago. It has not changed. I'm like, please give me your body just for a good 6 months and let me change it. Because she's just in there kind of, she's laughing, and I mean, but she's bounced around between 5 male trainers. I've never seen her with a female trainer.
You just got into you said when you first started going to the gym, would you have picked a male trainer or a female trainer?
So I did get a trainer, and actually, when I walked in, I said, I just want a man. I don't want a woman.
Why?
It was because I wanted to build muscle, and I just assumed they didn't have a woman trainer that would give me what I wanted. So I was like, I would just like a man, please. And I literally, they have photos on the wall of the personal trainers, and I just pointed at the most jacked looking one, and I was like, I want to look like that, please. So like, I want that guy. And then they kind of sat me down, and they were like, well, let's talk about like what the different personal trainers have to offer. And there actually was a personal trainer who, she's still my personal trainer now. She's a woman, she's jacked. And so I saw her and I was like, okay, like she looks like she knows what she's doing. And I'm glad I did, because then I got to know all of them. And it's a good point that like, it's easier for men to build muscle. So just because they're a jacked man doesn't necessarily mean they're going to train a woman properly, like on how to build muscle. Like a lot of them are just like, you can hit a new PR today. And it's like, if I had a man saying that, I'd be probably injured in so many different ways. But you guys would know, obviously, so I trust what you're saying in terms of women picking men personal trainers because they like the attention, and I'm sure that does happen. But like, I personally also thought a man personal trainer would be good for me because I feel a lot more self-conscious around women. I feel like a lot more judgment around women, and I sort of just wanted a man.
That's what I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times when women are with women, I have clients that they don't have that many women friends because they're like, we're so.
Real quick, I know it must be lonely as hell just to stand back there, bro. They've been having this conversation for a minute, and Buddy's just been standing back there in the dark the whole time, looking like Batman, bro. I know he's sad.
I have clients that they don't have that many women friends because they're like, we're so judgmental of each other. Why is she wearing that? Like, and then you're like talking about you're trying her, even though it's a woman, but you don't like how she's looking or she's dressed. So a man, it's easier. They can just, we're just gonna work them out, or on the other hand, flirt with them if they do that, and it'll just make their day go well. Like you said, because you're right, a lot of them come in and just enjoy, because I've heard of, I mean, I have trainers come up to me and say, man, you didn't hit that? I'm like, bro, that's my client.
Right.
They're like, man, I would. I'm like, what? That's why you don't have the business like
Which
that.
means you know they do.
Right.
Most male trainers, I'm gonna say most, really are not that well, aside from them knowing how to build their physiques, knowing how to build and adapt a female's physique properly and progress her to see results consistently is really not a skill a lot of male trainers possess. They know how to build muscle because they know how to do that for themselves. But as far as physically, how to shape and craft and sculpt the type of curves and physique that a woman has, that's not something that you're really well versed in knowing how to doing, unless you've done that with someone and you have successful results from it.
Oh,
there you are.
I was like, I guess I'm not a part of this conversation.
Oh, damn.
What was the question again?
I disagreed only because I think
I'm happy you clarified that for me, Eli, or Pancake, because I'm not gonna cap. I was looking at your comment like, did he really just say that? Ain't no way he just said that. But I'm happy you clarified that. The topic is male trainers are given preference over female trainers. Thank you for the clarification.
I think part of personal training is it's personal, and I think women have better social skills than men. I personally think that women personal trainers are preferred because, like you said, like the ones that become personal trainers are usually they look more in shape, but I think I've seen a lot of average male personal trainers that don't look like they lift or don't really know like a lot of what they're talking about, whereas I see women personal trainers are, they look pretty, they're in shape, they're very high energy, they're very engaging. And also, I know you guys bodybuild, but there's many women and also men that are they're not really looking to put on crazy, they just want to come to the gym and work out, and I think that's fine. Just because you hire a personal trainer doesn't mean you have any specific goals in mind. Maybe it's just easier for them to just get in the gym.
That's
period.
True.
So
be held accountable.
Yeah, just be held accountable.
Accountability,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've overheard women trainers with their female clients. They were talking about like female-related stuff that only you guys are gonna get.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Totally a therapist.
Become friends.
I am trainer/therapist.
Well, all of our hormones
everyone.
and everything like that, we can actually have a conversation about of what's happening and
Yeah.
the changes in our bodies.
We don't want to hear about it. We're
You
like,
don't wanna hear that? Well, actually, you should want to hear about it since you're a trainer. You should want to know these things.
I know.
I am envious of someone's physique in this room.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. Shorty got that walk to her, bro. She walked. Bet, send me the link in the Dizzy. Send the link in the Dizzy.
Someone's physique in this room.
Of course. I mean, look at those guys. How could you not be envious?
Everybody
Yeah.
here. Oh my God.
Yeah, they have so much muscle.
heavy.
Like, personally, my biggest goal is just put on as much muscle as possible. It's not like, I can definitely put on, my goal is to get to 170, 75 pounds. I'm 160, somewhere there. I look at those guys, I'm like, I want to borrow some of that muscle. So,
How much
yeah,
you
I'm
weigh?
definitely envious of their physiques, and I want to put on more muscle just like them.
How much do you
I'm envious of the men. I'm envious of the women. I wouldn't say I'm always super insecure or anything, just going to like the normal gym, but certainly stepping into this room and seeing who I was going to be sitting next to, yeah, definitely a little self-conscious because these are some beautiful, beautiful shredded people. I would.
Anyone specifically you would say you're envious of?
If I could only pick one person.
Heavy.
I guess I'll pick a woman because I'm a woman. I'll just make it easier. Maybe Lori, but
Which
I
one's
feel like
Lori?
I'm biased because I also really love her entire style. Like I love the hair, I love the tattoos. Obviously, I've got tattoos, and so I'm
never
like,
mind,
I
never
would kill to look like her when I'm older. Like because if she looks like that now, like I wish I looked like that now. I don't know, crazy.
I stepped forward because, you know what, I thought to myself, Brandon, he's got the hair, the physique. I'm envious now. It's it's a specimen, and I thought to myself, you know what? Why am I lying? Let's just admit it. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I thought you were gonna say those guys.
Yeah, no, honestly, like everyone in here, I could tell everyone's like put into work and hard, and it's very admirable, honestly. So, like,
everyone looks great.
Honestly, like the women and the men, like I applaud all you guys, like definitely. So that's why I stepped up, because you guys all have something to admire from. So.
Yeah.
All right, can we have the disagreeer step forward?
He's lying.
I guess I'm kind of in the middle. Obviously, I respect each and one of you because you've done amazing work and you all have great physiques. So I'm not envious. I'm compassionate to how you guys have built your physiques. But I mean, I've seen some of the best physiques in the world, the Mr. Olympias and all that. And those are the people that I really envy and like look up to. But you guys, again, all look amazing. So I'm not disrespecting any of you. You guys look amazing. So
You don't want to look at me?
Yeah. I can kind of go off of that too as well, because I don't have physiques that I'm envious of, because I always look to continuously improve myself. Like every time I'm in the gym, my goal is continued improvement. Kaizen, Japanese for continuous improvement. That's one of the things that drives me to make sure.
Cut her off. Cut Shorty off. Cut her off, man. Cut her off.
That I'm better the next time I step on stage versus how I looked last time. Because like I'm doing a show, again, soon, the show I do every year, I looked better last year, I got a better placing, so this time the goal is to look even better than I did last year. So it's always, I'm envious of how I can be better, not necessarily someone else's physique, because everybody's structure is different. I may like their shoulders, but I know my shoulder's not gonna look like their shoulders because we were genetically designed differently.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I disagree, because I don't envy people. I more so want to just better myself.
I don't necessarily, I admire all the hard work that everybody's put into their bodies. Everybody's bodies are beautiful, and it's, you know, but as far as the envy is concerned, good or bad.
Audio went out.
There are a few on social media probably that I'll look at and go, oh, God damn. You know, it's like, you just keep swiping real fast because it's like, oh, why can't I look like that? But I also have to understand who I am and my genetics and, you know, where I'm at in my life. I'm 61. My best friends are always like,
whoa,
you're not 25 anymore. I'm like, damn it.
Whoa, 61?
So, yeah, I do that. But as far as envy is concerned, I wouldn't say that.
Whoa.
Okay. Admire, of course, especially all of you guys that compete.
That's proof enough. Health is wealth, boy. 61? I bet you Shorty next to like 50 something then. Damn. What?
I know what you guys have to do behind the scenes in order to have the physiques that you have. So definitely admire. There's levels to this though.
Whoa.
So when you get yourself to a certain level, you're looking to elevate, you're looking to take yourself beyond that. So that's where I look. So if I'm looking to compare myself or where I'm at present, I'm 49 years old. So let me put.
Okay. You kind of do look 49. Not in a bad way, but like in a makes sense type of way. So I'm not gonna, I'd say 50. Still look good though. Heavy.
Put that out there. So being able to.
Damn.
So yeah, well, aging gracefully, and I feel like I'm in my 20s, to be completely honest, with the way that I take care of myself.
In your 20s.
Heavy.
She did too. Yeah, she did too, which is amazing. I mean, and that's the type of work that I put into my health and my fitness and the way that I take care of myself, and also being able to inspire others and show them that it's possible. Okay, it's definitely possible. Does genetics play a part in it? Of course. You know, thank mom and dad. But at the same time, there's a lot of work that I put into this. So when I'm looking like physique-wise, where I want to take my physique to, I'm looking at those that, like you said, at the Olympia, those that are in a higher level at it than I am. So I have something that aspires me to move forward and improve upon where I'm already at. So so that's kind of the space that I'm in when I'm so not envious, but always looking to improve and also take pointers from those that are killing it at that level.
To see your genetics, you have to, like you said, mold that clay so you can
Yes.
unravel it, because
Yes.
you really don't see your best and what you were born with until you exercise, eat the proper foods, get the proper sleep. So don't discount yourself out and be like, oh, I don't have the genetics. You don't know until
You don't know till you
know.
do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Most
Great
people
point.
never take themselves to that point.
Sure don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing about competing. You get to that point, you see yourself so lean, you're like, damn.
I didn't even realize
so
it was live.
good. And then you can like, oh, now I know what that looks like. Because I have clients that will always want to be there. They'll look at all the other people. I have a client that's just like that. Look at her legs. I'm like, those aren't your
all the time.
genetics.
Yeah.
We got to get you to where you can be at your best. It's your best. Because people say, I want to look like you, Tori. You're not going to look like me.
Yeah, everyone
You're gonna
starts
look
somewhere.
like your best.
You're right.
I'm almost just starstruck by all of you guys. I find you all so inspiring. Coming into this, I personally was scared almost because I thought there was going to be a fight, and
I'm sorry I keep pausing y'all, but if you peep, I'm pretty sure out of all the women, she has the biggest social media following. I'm pretty sure she's more of the influencer type of person. But out of all of them, she seems like she's the most insecure about her physique. And I find that very, very weird because she's an influencer. You feel me? She has a following. That's why earlier I was like, I hope she's being transparent with her following, because they're gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, oh snap, I've been busting my ass off and this girl out here stressing. That's how she lost the weight. That's how she gained the weight. You feel me? Like, so it's actually
Some people look for validation.
facts. But I find it interesting as hell that she is the one that is experiencing the most, I don't know what to call it, I guess mental problems when it comes to this. But she is also the influencer, the biggest influencer. It's a weird dichotomy going on right now.
I'm so happy that it's been like such a great learning experience and such a constructive conversation amongst everybody. I
Yeah,
feel
I like
like
it
a
too.
lot of love and respect between everybody here, and yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm glad everyone's smiling at the end of this conversation. I feel like that means that we did something right.
Oh, yeah. This was great.
And the second thing is, I want everyone, whether it's a guy or a girl, to have fun with fitness. I feel like people are just so anal about, oh, body fat percentage, this, and that. Just chill out, go to the gym, go do something with your life, and be a fun, good person.
But don't you think that's the industry that's doing that to us? The
Absolutely.
industry is
Well,
like,
it's
And
the
social
fitness
media,
industry,
it's-
fashion industry,
everything,
it's-
social media.
Everything.
It's like,
Social media. Great.
just
But you can only allow it to do that,
Yeah.
right? Because at the
Sure.
end of the day, you're your own person. So if you let someone, just like nobody can make you happy, you make yourself
You gotta
happy.
choose your happy.
If you need someone else to validate your happiness, then you're already lost.
Oh my God, bro. Heavy. Can I get a heavy in the chat? Please, boy, can I get me a heavy? Ah, boy. Heavy, boy. I can feel the center of gravity around that motherfucker. God damn, boy. Heavy.
Yeah. Had to go get the bag. Had to go get me some money. You already know how I'm coming.